And welcome back to the Paul Holden Details channel. I start this week's video off with a massive thank you. I've gone over 20,000 subscribers. Yes, this channel has reached that landmark over 20,000. Unbelievable. Thank you to everyone who's been watching me and shows continued support, and keep on subscribing. Hint, hint. Right, onto this week's video. So, a little while ago, an Amazon seller got in touch with me via the email service. Yes, and they sent me a link to a pressure washer. Now, the first one they sent wasn't available in the UK, so I said, no good to me. Do you sell any others? Yes, we do. We sell this. This is the Kucha. Sounds familiar. The Kucha pressure washer. So I agreed to do an honest review. Cut long story short, they sent two. The first one they sent, the water connector was broken, so they sent a complete pressure washer. So customer service is pretty darn good. So is the customer service going to be as good as the pressure washer, or the pressure washer be as good as the customer service? We're going to find out. Open that Christmas drinks, it's getting near that time. Bust out the massive packet of Twiglets, family pack. Don't bother with the small ones, waste of time. And don't bother with the small ones, they're imposters. And roll the video. So here we go then. This is my neighbour's car, my neighbour John. This is Battle Bus, another Battle Bus on the channel. Sticky residue, rather nasty. And all the usual traits of fallout embedded in the wheels and surface grime. I know he doesn't clean his cars. He doesn't even possess a pressure washer. So a little bit about the pressure washer we're going to be using. You're going to get two videos in one. You're going to get a pressure washer review, and you're going to get to see me cleaning this car. So the pressure washer we're using is a Kucha powerful pressure washer according to Amazon. 169 bar and 1800 watts, 420 litres of water flow. And the price at the time of shooting this video was reduced from £129 to £109. That's what you're going to be paying for this. So this is what I call a domestic pressure washer. According to them, you can use it to clean patios, garden furniture, cars and swimming pools. So that's a vary nozzle on this. Open it up wide for a wide pattern and go the other way for a tight pattern, i.e. a jet. So there's a carry handle and a 250ml soap dispenser. Big boy pressure washer waiting in the wings just in case things don't go according to plan. So power the machine on and then proceed to detangle the boa constrictor. This Lance hose had a tendency to recoil itself on numerous occasions, thus trying to kill me in the process. It's rather plasticky and it's rather stiff, a bit like me. Yeah, several attempts at trying to detangle this. And we're good to go. So no music in this bit. I just want to let you listen to this pressure washer. So the first impressions are this does not feel like 169 bar. My 110 bar all black 9 direct hoses feels a lot more powerful. So we're going to need some chemicals. We've got road rage from High Definition Detail and zero iron oxide fallout remover from Garage Therapy. 1 to 6 dilution rates for the all-purpose pre-wash. I say all-purpose because you can use it as an all-purpose cleaner. It's a multi-purpose product and it smells divine. Don't ask me what it smells of, but it smells nice. So as I said, you're going to get two videos in one really. I'm here to do a job, I'm here to clean this car. I just want to see how far I can get with this pressure washer before I lose my marbles. Wheel woolies this week. Opted for the wheel woolies because there's less splashback. The splashback you get when you use the easy brushes, especially on a windy day, even if you soak them in shampoo. So we're going for the safe, not so in your face wheel woolies. Perfect for this job. So already, even with the road rage, you can see the grime starting to ease out the back of the spokes, and we're starting to make a bit of progress. So this is a gel-like formula, the Garage Therapy Zero. This allows for an incredibly long dwell time. It doesn't particularly smell, but it is very, very thick, and it foams up a lot. So give this a good 10 minutes before you rinse it off. Allow it to activate. And you should start seeing some decent results. I'll tell you one thing, you have to get in incredibly close with this pressure washer. So just to show you what it can do or what it can't do, nothing on this wheel, just a bit of grime. Yep. So at this point I was relying on the chemicals solely to actually do anything. The pressure washer wasn't actually getting rid of any muck. It's the chemicals that are doing all the work. So the one area I knew it was going to struggle on was this part on the lower sill. That's going to require more chemicals. That's not going anywhere. So after soaking this in the high definition road rage, things were starting to look a lot better. So the only thing left on that is tar spots. So it wasn't all bad. The wheels and tyres starting to look a lot better. There's no tram lining, but when you hold a pressure washer that close, you shouldn't expect to get tram lines, to be honest with you. But it's not very powerful. It's certainly not 169 bars, so I don't know where they get their figures from. So I soaked the rest of the car in the pre-wash on the lower parts and around the tailgate area. This was starting to eat into the grime. Now this car sits around quite a bit. It's got very low miles on it. The one thing I did notice with this car is the roof bars, or the roof rails, covered in grime. So once this has been soaking, we're starting to make a bit more progress, and once again we're just going to need to bust out some solvents to get rid of those marks down below. Now at this point it did a pretty good job, but I'm holding it incredibly close and we've got some decent strong chemicals on there, so you wouldn't expect anything else. Just to show you how bad this was, that is the big boy. Talking a big boy, when it comes to bits like this was the only tool I was prepared to use. The stubby gun. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link above. So this is the stubby gun upgrade kit. These roof rails are awful. You can see the stuff flying out. On both sides of this, you'll get grime. That's why I'm leaning over the top. You have to blast these out. After every rinse, there was still more gunk flying out. I don't know where it all comes from. Snow foam time now. This will be good. Waxing away snow foam plus. Now we're going to try and treat this as best we can as a snow foam lance. There's a snow foam lance in the back. That is a 1 litre foam R lance from Ultimate Finish. That's the big boy one, and this is a 250mm. Now looking at the pictures on Amazon, it shows the car completely white and it looks like it's been snowing. Let's see if we can replicate that. A good 80mm of foam in there, topped off with water. Let's see how we go. So twist and lock, and the excitement is, oh! And oh yeah, doesn't look exactly snow foamy. So at this point I was starting to think, this is not what it's advertised as. Now even if I'd have made this neat, I just don't think it would have made any difference. I haven't played around with this off camera and it's not the greatest thing in the world. But I would like to say thanks to Kucha for sending this down, thanks to the Amazon seller for getting in touch, but for me this just doesn't cut the mustard. Answers in the comments section to what you think of this machine, but I'd just like to say thanks for sending it down anyway. And I did say you were going to get an honest review. It just doesn't seem to be powerful enough. And as for the snow foam lance, well, yeah, there's your answer. So it's time to bring out the subs bench. Yes, big boy washer R, and this is what snow foam should look like. Now this is in fact dialed back. This is around about 60mm with about 750ml of water. So even at the very, very weak dilution rates, it's still clinging. It still looks like snow foam. You can, of course, ramp this up and turn your car into a marshmallow. There really isn't any need. This will cling for a good 10 minutes and act like a proper pre-wash. Get my words out. And after that's been dwelling for around 10 minutes, it's time to rinse down, or in my case, rinse up. So although the pre-wash I used on the lower parts did a very, very good job, belt and braces, I'd rather snow foam the entire car just to make sure we've got every surface covered. And that's why we do this stage. Next up is a shampoo stage. This is Garage Therapy's 1 car shampoo, but this is version 2. You would have thought version 1 would have been enough, but no, they've made version 2. So what's the difference between version 2 and version 1? Well, it's more economical, it's stronger, it's more concentrated. You can get away with as little as 25ml in a bucket. I've got 3 squirts in my snow foam lance, and then I'm going to put the rest in the bucket and then wash the car. You don't have to do this, but I just think it makes for a better wash experience. It adds lubricity to the car, and you seem to get a better wash process. So using Garage Therapy's wash mitt or wash pad, This thing is huge, so it makes for an easy job when you're doing it on big cars, especially with my massive plates of meat. Plates of meat, they're feet. I mean Edward shovel fingers. So another rinse down. So what about those tar spots, those pesky tar spots? So after soaking this in AM Details tar, just remove this. Not your best microfiber, use an older one. And this required 2 or 3 hits, even off camera. I went back to this because there was a nasty mark right at the bottom. Very, very stubborn. It has a textured finish where they've got the under seal and everything seems to bond to it. Drying stage now. This is the Go Detailing drying towel. So I use this and the blower off camera. I don't really show drying stages that much when I'm doing videos. So LSP time now. This is the SiO2 ceramic sealant from Go Detailing. So prime a applicator pad and do panel per panel, or panel at a time. The best way to do this, I found, was do the entire car. It gives it a decent cure time. Now they say around about 5 minutes. I think if you do the entire car, you definitely know it's going to be cured. And don't worry about buffing it off, it's not difficult at all. So this will give us up to 12 months protection. Now Go Detailing did send down the shampoo, the ceramic shampoo, the sealant and the quick detailer and the wax. But on this day I'm just going to be using this and the QD. I'll show you the QD a bit later on. So the idea is much the same as the AM Details range. You use them as maintenance products, you just top it up. So you use the shampoo and then you'll top up your protection with the QD, hence the 12 months protection. So this is safe to use on everything. On your lights, you can actually use it on the glass as well, although we didn't worry about the glass. Plastics, no problem whatsoever. When it requires the buffing off stage, this is one of the most easiest bits you're going to be doing. It is super slick. John, my neighbour, actually remarked and said the paint feels really slick, and obviously it's got that ridiculous gloss. Now I've been discussing this in the podcast. If you haven't checked out our podcast, if you click to the affiliate link below, you can check out our podcast. And I've been discussing the fact that these products are some of my favourite products for 2021 because the ease of application. Now I have got waxes and I don't really use them. I do get sent waxes. It seems to be more of an occasion to do a wax. So when it comes to glass cleaning, we've got Dodo Juice's methanol glass cleaner. You'll probably notice this take a little bit of time to flash off. It was one of those days where it was incredibly damp. That's why I'm working my way around the car to let the first panel flash off. Like that. So when it comes to the tyres, we've got Garage Therapy's tyre conditioner, their tyre serum, and we've got the CARSCOPE tyre dressing brush, which is fantastic. And that's what it looks like. Wipe off the excess and you're good to go. So it's not exactly a dressing, although it looks like a dressing. It's a tyre conditioner. This will protect your tyres, and when you go to clean your car again, they will simply just look black again. So this is one of the maintenance products. This is the Ultra QD. You can use this when you're doing your maintenance washes. This will just add even more gloss. And that is it, ladies and gents. That is this week's video. So part pressure washer and part clean. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, and get your comments in the comments section. And I'll see you on the next video.